University.
Slam. Anthony Roberts. Well, three. Gets it. A 3-point. Oh, my goodness.
Outside of the Granite City, it's a winter wonderland, but inside of St. Cloud State's Hollenbeck Hall, it's time for Saturday afternoon Huskies Hoops, presented by FaceTime Business Resources. Hi everybody, welcome to the campus of St. Cloud State University. Sam Getzinger joined alongside Adam Larson. And Adam, today we have a high-power contest between two of the rising teams in the NSIC Conference in St. Cloud State and Minot State.
Oh, absolutely, Sam. And, the biggest thing, especially for Minot State in offensive firepower, 53% from the field, 45.5% from the three-point line. So the Huskies are going to have a tough time on defense here tonight.
Let's get to the starting lineups before we get to starting tip. And Adam, it's led by Caleb Donaldson, who's putting together a solid season. Now for Minot State, they're led by Melvin Newbern, who's also having a solid season. Both of those guys had wonderful performances yesterday.
Absolutely. Melvin Newbern tore up the Minnesota State High School League. Now he's tearing it up at Minot State. It's going to be an interesting game for him.
All right, here we go. 20 minutes on the clock. First half is underway. St. Cloud State picked up a win yesterday against the University of Mary. Minot State took the loss to UMD. They're looking to avenge that. Caleb Donaldson down low, first 2 points of the game.
And great rebound there by Donaldson. He got the swift handoff there on the baseline drive and was able to put it back up and in off the offensive rebound.
And again, Caleb Donaldson, a new season high, 31 points, 2 points shy of tying his career high. Melvin Newbern on the block. Has to dish it out. Dunphy for three. Knocks it down. Minot State takes the lead. It's going to be a shootout here today, Adam.
Yep, and again, there's that 45.5% they're shooting as a team from three, so the Huskies have to do a good job, keep the ball in front of them, really close out heavy on shooters.
Anthony Roberts, solid game yesterday at the free throw line. Back out to Bagley. St. Cloud State in the game yesterday started offensively, really quiet. Now today, Matt Willard makes it back-to-back possessions with a bucket for the Huskies. And Willard, he can shoot the lights out of the ball. We'll probably see that a lot today.
Yep, and it was a beautiful shot there. Just rose up over the defender, faded away a little bit. Natural fadeaway, was able to hit the shot.
Now Minot State looking to answer. Cameron Dunphy already with 3 points for the Beavers. Max Cody in the red paint. Back out to Ben Bull for three. Back-to-back for Minot State. 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
Yep, and that was key. He was able to get inside the paint there. A no-look pass over to the corner, wide open, was able to knock down the shot for Minot.
Both teams 100% from the field here in the first 2 minutes of the ball game. Bagley off of the screen. Back out for Roberts. He'll attempt a three. Off of the back of the iron. Dwyer cleans up the glass.
Yep, and the Huskies are going to have to knock down outside shots today against the Beavers. They're going to pack the paint and really force them to make jump shots.
Dwyer, beautiful move down low. He's got 2 today. Just caught Tomasi sleeping on the transition defense. But here comes Anthony Roberts to the basket. Off of the glass and too strong.
But that was smart, though. Give up an easy bucket, but right away push the pace there in transition, just not able to finish.
Dwyer down low, out to Newbern. His three-point attempt. That one's the first miss for Minot State. Long rebound out to Donaldson. St. Cloud trailing by 4 here in the first half. Again, took the win yesterday against UMary, looking for a sweep here in the NSIC North Series. Tomasi backing his man down low, and this one will pop out of bounds. First turnover of the game.
Yep, but that was a good back down there by Tomasi. He got the isolation down on that block. But again, I was talking to Chad Welk earlier. Oh, and we have Matt Reimer there.
Looking for win number 15. And you're talking with Chad Welk, and I'm sure Matt Reimer echoed the same things. What did he have to say before the game?
Well, they echoed the fact that Minot State defensively is going to pack the paint 2 to 3 defenders at one time. So they're going to have to make outside shots, find a way to get multiple actions going.
Bagley close to coast. Ryan Bagley was scoreless in the first half yesterday. And that's a great job by the veteran point guard to take it all the way to the basket. Now Newbern on the other end. Dish out into the corner. Cody, his first three. No good. We're going to have our first foul call of the game.
Yeah, you know, some coaches, they don't believe in over-the-back calls. They say there's no such thing. But right there, he just was able to kind of lean over him a little bit to get that rebound, so that's probably why they called that foul.
Dwyer's going to come out of the game for Eli Cave. First time he'll check in early in this first half. And you mentioned it, most coaches don't believe in the over-the-back. I mean, sometimes it can be aggressive. You see bodies flying around. You got some coaching experience. What's your opinion on the over-the-back calls?
Well, I just hate the fact that they punish taller players for getting the rebound over smaller players. But, you know, they do say low person wins. So if the smaller player does get a good box out, I can see why they would call the foul in that situation.
Yeah, it makes plenty of sense. And we got a lot of big bodies out on the floor here today. Tomasi from the free throw line. Dunphy with the board. Deficit down to 2 for St. Cloud State. Eli Cave on the wing. Dunphy driving. He sees a lane to the basket. Now Cave thought about the 3 into the lane. Beautiful lay-in, and it's good.
Yep, and right there, Minot was able to get the Huskies in a scramble situation, collapse the defense, just pass out 2 quick passes, easy finish there down the middle.
St. Cloud trailing by 4, started off the game offensively on fire. Roberts, he's got 3-point range. He'll take it to the basket instead. That's where he's lethal. Tomasi, the offensive board, and the second chance.
Yep, and Tomasi was able to just kind of overpower his defender there a little bit. Solid 2-hand rebound, put it back up and in.
Max Cody, one of the best point guards in the NSIC, one of the best passers as well. We talked about that before going on air today as Willard knocks that one out of play. Max Cody's going to be a big name here for Minot State. But he's going to be being led, by Matt Merkin in his 10th season. And you talked about Minot State. What are some things that they need to do to kind of keep up with St. Cloud, who's putting together a good string of games?
Well, the biggest thing for Minot State is just trust in their offense. Like right here, a good left-handed floater. They're no good. But, I mean, again, they're a high-powered offensive team averaging good numbers from the field and from 3. So if they just trust in their offense, that's going to be the biggest thing for them in today's contest.
Tomasi Ulrich goes down, and that's going to be a charge on Josh Tomasi. And Adam, we're seeing a lot of charges in today's game. Tomasi there, we saw plenty yesterday in the game against UMary. I mean, that's a call that can really go either way because it's hard to see it definitively if the defender sets his feet or not.
Yeah, and it's always hard, especially as an offensive player, when you create that little alligator arm, put your elbow into the defender more times than not, they're going to call that even if you don't extend your arm. So.
We're 5 minutes into the first half here on the NSIC Network. St. Cloud, Minot State, another foul on the floor. Sam Getzinger joined alongside Adam Larson. It's been a fun start to the first half. It's a 2-point lead for Minot State. We'll step aside. The rest of the first half coming your way next here on the NSIC Network.
All your favorite SCSU athletic teams are on sale right now. Return to all the energy, action, and excitement that only you can bring to St. Cloud State University. Don't waste any time. Head over to the new and improved SCSUtickets.com or call 1-877-SCSU-TICKS and get back in the game today. Huskies fans, it's time to ring in the new year as 2 of Minnesota's most prestigious hockey teams face off on the shores of the state's most famous river. It's the first ever Mississippi River face-off as your Huskies welcome in the Bemidji State Beavers in a special New Year's showdown. Tickets are in limited supply, so don't hesitate. Visit SCSUtickets.com or call 1-877-SCSU-TIX.
SCSU athletic teams like you have never done before. Download the SCSU Huskies app and get instant access to schedules, tickets, game day programs, and also get exclusive deals and rewards you won't find anywhere else. The SCSU Huskies app, go ahead and download that today. It's Saturday afternoon, Huskies Hoops presented by FaceTime Business Resources. 2-point lead for Minot State. Make it 5-point lead. Cameron Dunphy from beyond the arc.
Yep, and once again, the high-powered 3-point offense comes into effect right there, just able to get that one off against the defense.
Now this St. Cloud offense looks a little jumbled up. Now they space out. Roberts to answer. Too strong. Rebound corralled away by Melvin Newbern.
Yep, but again, the biggest reason why he took that shot, again, there were 2 or 3 bodies at one time in that paint, so they're going to have to find a way, create multiple actions, get the Beavers scrambling.
Ulrich on the answer, and Adam, Minot State, the basket's looking 10 times bigger here in this first half.
Well, sometimes you only need one to go in, especially for sure as a player, but as a team, if you see a couple go down, the basket looks wide open to anybody, and everybody starts getting confidence to shoot that thing.
The lead is now stretched out to 7 points for the boys in white, the Beavers. Donaldson, 31 yesterday, scoreless here so far. Bagley for 3. Well strong, Newbern his second straight board.
Yep, and right there, the Beavers were kind of able to create a little wedge there around the charge circle. 3 people around the charge circle there, 3 rebounders for the Beavers, and they were able to pull it out.
Max Cody lightly putting it up straight lane to the basket. Nobody there to support the defense for St. Cloud. And Minot State off to a hot start here in the first half, something we continue to mention here in the first 7 minutes, but they just keep making baskets.
Yep, but again, that's what shooting does for you. Now people are forced to guard you out farther to the 3, and that opens up the middle for driving lanes.
Luke Taylor out on the floor for the first time, coming out of the last time out. Native out of Germantown, Wisconsin. Willard driving. He'll slow out. Good defense there by Cave. Low on the shot clock, and in the bottom of the net, Ryan Bagley.
Yep, great shot there by Bagley. Just decided to rise up with confidence, able to put that one in.
Melvin Newbern, one of the leaders here on the Minot State Beavers. An all-conference honorable mention, I should say, from last season, but it's poked out from behind by Bagley. Conference leader in steals in transition. Roberts, look out, and he got hammered before he got to the basket. Eli Cave came to close it out, but that would have been a scary jam by Roberts.
Robert just tries to baptize that man. He tried to take him to church on that one. What did get fouled, though, that's the good part. Nobody got hurt, so he's going to go to the line for 2. He did kind of look like Anthony Edwards there.
He did. Hey, I think that's a great comparison to the game for Anthony Roberts and Anthony Edwards with the Minnesota Timberwolves. A guy who can shoot from beyond the arc but attack the basket with a lot of enthusiasm. First one drops down for Anthony Roberts. For Roberts, that's his first point of the game, looking to make it number 2.
Yep, and now we got some subs in here for the Huskies, so we're going to see how part of this second unit is going to do for St. Cloud.
Cameron Alexander comes in. Joe Mutimer is going to check in as well for the shooter Anthony Roberts. Ben Bull comes back in for Minot State, as well as Jackson Gunville. Cody Dwyer, the original starter for the Beavers, out there on the floor as well with Eli Cave and Max Cody. Just over 12 minutes left to go here in the first half, and we're going to get another call. This is an offensive foul going the other way.
Yep, and that's on when you're called for an illegal screen, the biggest reason is you aren't set or you move too early on the screen. So right there, I think they determined he was not fully set, just kind of put his elbow or his shoulder into him, leaned into him, and that's why they called that one.
Caleb Donaldson, just 2 points here in the first half. Cameron Alexander started the game off on the bench, back up for Bagley. Bagley came alive in the second half, and now Mutimer looking to come alive here in the first. That one's off the back of the iron, cleaned up by Bull. Now Cody in transition. Bull on the wing. The big man, Dwyer. Back to Cody. He'll take the mid-range jumper, nothing but the bottom of the net. Max Cody, lethal from inside of the arc. Now Donaldson, full head of steam. He'll slow up. Taylor, triple team, spins out of it. Bagley gets around his defender. Three-pointer, bottom of the net. Ryan Bagley on fire from beyond the arc.
Yep, and the biggest thing there on the shot fakes that a lot of coaches try to emphasize is the head fake. You want to get your full body into it, get your head up at the basket. Was able to do that. One dribble around, hit the three.
We're in for a high-scoring affair from some of the two most offensive teams in the conference here today. In game one of this doubleheader later on today, Adam will be back for the women's programs at 5:30 here in the NSIC network.
A very exciting game for the women's there, going against Minot. Just picked up a win against Mary last night as well, just like the men.
Taylor lost it, but he got some contact, so he's going to go to the free throw line.
Yep, but it's like we've been talking about. Again, they got the pass into Taylor, but again, he had 3 people around him. You're going to see it right here. 3 people around him in the paint right there, was able to come away with the foul, and he'll shoot free throws.
So Jackson Gunville is going to be charged with the call. That's his first one of the game. Taylor at the line. First one for Taylor, up and good.
And it's going to be important for the Huskies to convert on these free throw chances. It's always important, especially if this comes down to a close game. Free throws are always going to be the teller in that situation.
Luke Taylor, the junior forward, 6'6", a transfer from Bryant and Stratton. 2 points on the game after knocking down those free throws. He's about halfway to his season average of 4.3. He's going to come out of the game after those. Anthony Roberts comes back in. Melvin Newbern's going to come in for Eli Cave as well. Just a 1-point game. Minot at one point had a lead about 7 points.
Yep, and right here the Huskies are going to apply a little bit of pressure. The main thing they want to do with this pressure is just try to take time off the clock in the half court. Try to get it down to about 20 seconds. That way they'll do their job and speed them up.
Tight defense here by St. Cloud. It's Gunville. Roberts with him. Back out for Bull. Gunville in the corner. He's got 3-point range, and he shows it off there. Jackson Gunville on the scoreboard.
Yep, and there he was just able to elevate over Roberts, release at the climax of his shot, able to drain it.
Now Donaldson driving, the switch there to Newbern. Bagley another 3, front of the iron, rolls out of bounds. That's going to change possession here for Minot State.
Now, one thing I did notice a couple of possessions ago that I think the Huskies should continue to do, when they have 3 people inside the paint and kind of leave that weak side corner open, they should just screen the top person, get the drive going, force the 2 inside people to help, kick it out, have a wide open 3. Just got to knock down the shot there.
Some of the little things that you're picking up on here, Adam. It's the biggest thing. As long as you get the basket in the bottom of the net, that's going to keep building on some points. Again, Sam Getzinger here with Adam Larson. Newbern down low. Donaldson jumps. It's back out to Bull for 3. That one missed everything. Mutimer, the defensive rebound. Alexander in the corner. Back up for Mutimer. Bull with some lax defense. Roberts, Newbern sacking off. Alexander on the wing to Donaldson. Donaldson spot up 3, too strong. And for Donaldson yesterday, didn't miss too many of those opportunities.
No, not at all. He had 31 points. Great showing. He's hoping to do that again tonight against the Beavers.
Another timeout on the floor. 4-point lead for Minot State. It's been a fun first half so far, and the rest of it's coming up here on the NSIC Network.
Hey, Husky fans, we've got some exciting news as the WCHA has teamed up with Big Ten Network Plus to broadcast all league games for this upcoming season, and that includes your very own SCSU Huskies. We want to make sure you don't miss any of the action this season. To help you with that, there are an assortment of passes available to you that gives you the option to watch your Huskies and the rest of the WCHA any way you want all season long. Get your subscription now by heading over to Big Ten Network Plus at btnplus.com, and make sure to check out the Huskies live on the BTN Plus app.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
But yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Huskies fans, make sure you tune in to the Huskies Game Prep Podcast. Myself and co-host Joey Erickson gets you up to speed and ready for every exciting weekend of St. Cloud State athletics. Our latest episode is out now with special guest from the women's basketball team, Caitlin Peterson. Next week, we'll have some members of the men's basketball team as well. The Huskies Game Prep Podcast, it's available on Spotify and Apple Podcast. St. Cloud out of the timeout, trailing by 4. Donaldson missed the three-pointer earlier. Ball rolled out of bounds. They're going to say the possession arrow stays with St. Cloud after a Minot State Beaver touched it. Willard, double team. Back out to Bagley from long range at the end of the shot clock. Alexander, the offensive board. Great pass down low. Donaldson to the basket and one.
And that was a beautiful pass there. They found him in that little dunker spot on the baseline in the short corner, able to whip it into him right here. Boom, go up, get fouled, and one. Old-fashioned three-point play right there. So
we'll see if he can convert it. Impressive player to watch here, Caleb Donaldson. Donaldson to the line, an all-conference honorable mention last season. He'll miss that one, and the offensive board is picked up by Roberts. The offensive rebounding ability here for St. Cloud showing out at him.
Yep, and rebounding is all an effort thing, and right now they're giving effort, especially on those last two possessions, to get the offensive rebound.
Minot up by 2. Newbern down low, spins around Donaldson. Couple of post moves to the basket. No good on the shot, board by Roberts. Hail Mary pass out to Willard. He's spinning, and there's going to be a contact foul before the shot. So we'll have a baseline inbound here for the first time tonight.
And these are always my favorite situations, you know, have it in the coaching world, is these little baseline out of bounds, whether they're going to draw up little quick hitters or something where they can just pass out, get into their half-court offense here.
Now, yesterday you see them split 4 wide along the baseline. Today they're lining up on the free throw line to the left side and just send it out deep to Roberts. I mean, they got plenty of bags of tricks on those baseline inbounds.
Yeah, and the biggest thing there, instead of him just bailing out as the safety, he could also just curl around there for an easy layup if he sees the option there.
Donaldson and the Huskies trying to tie the game at 22, and Donaldson with the floater won't be able to do so. Cody the rebound. The Australian native takes it up the floor, crossing the timeline. Donaldson lacks defense. Out to Dunphy. Triple drive on Alexander. Pass to find Ulrich. Bodies flying all over the place. Ulrich taps it out of play. That's going to be Husky basketball.
Yep, and good pursuit there. You could see the Huskies were able to box him out just enough to make it hard for him to get that loose ball, able to get it out of bounds. Now the Huskies go down on offense.
Roberts with Newbern on him. Good passing around the horn here for the Huskies. Bagley spins it out. Donaldson, Euro step to the basket, and he lays it in with a floater.
Yep, and that floater was a lot better. Instead of taking it outside, the paint kind of fading away towards the baseline, able to get it in the middle, put it up towards the basket and in.
St. Cloud has climbed back to tie this game at 22. Minot State scoreless in the last 3 minutes of play. Gunville changes that with a three-pointer from the wing.
Yeah, and that was a deep one, too. He did make him take it behind the line, just able to put it in there.
25-22. Alexander, his three on the way. No good. Newbern skies up. Melvin Newbern, he's going to get fouled. Anthony Roberts trailing a little too far behind, but Newbern, his ability to clean up the glass is fantastic. Averaged 9 rebounds a game last season, and he's up close to that mark this season.
Yep, 9.6 on the season, but right there on that foul call, it seemed like he was kind of swinging his arms a little bit, creating a little bit more space in the half court. And to me, that's just a play on. If you see 2 people going at it, either let them play on or just call a double foul, take it out of on the side.
Well, Newbern's going to take it out on the side. It's going to be a first personal to Anthony Roberts. Cameron Dunphy standing on the logo. Back out for Newbern. He'll hand it off to Max Cody. Gets the screen from Shrema, who's coming in off the bench after the last whistle. Shrema, player to look at down low. He's got the size advantage. Cody to the basket, swatted away by Roberts in transition. Roberts will take it up the right side, hard to the basket, and he's going to get some contact, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Beautiful there by Roberts on one end, able to get the block, takes it one-man show in transition, just goes down, uses his body so well. We're going to see it on the replay right here. Just goes down in transition, such a strong lower frame, able to get in, put the shoulder in, draw the foul. Now he's going to go to the line for 2.
And good court vision. He saw Caleb Donaldson open on the far block, and he could have made the pass, but Donaldson got covered up too quickly, so Roberts decided to take it himself. Goes to the free throw line, but he misses the first one.
Yep, but like you said, overall smart decision there. Recognized that, just decided to take it himself. Let's see if he can knock down the second one.
Roberts at the line, 0 for 2, but one of the most prolific scorers in the conference, close to 20 points a game. Had double figures yesterday and double-figure rebounds as well.
Yep.
He's already making an impact here, just couldn't knock down the free throws.
Yep, that's the biggest thing. Again, what did I say at the start of the game? It's going to come down to those free throw opportunities,
Yep.
nobody in front of you.
Well, coming into the weekend, St. Cloud just a touch over 70%. Had them 9th in the conference out of 16 teams. Baseline inbound straight out to Newbern. Luke Taylor charged with guarding him. Newbern step back jumper off the back of the iron, will at the board. Huskies trailing by 3. Donaldson didn't like what he saw, so he'll try to set up a new offense here for St. Cloud. Donaldson using the screen, back out for Roberts, and he's going to jump with it. That one was pretty much clear.
Yeah, he jumped with that, but then he also decided to shot fake. Leaned that right foot out just a bit. That's the third step, so he gets called for a travel there.
Another turnover here for St. Cloud. That's their second of the game. Now Max Cody off onto the wing for Dunphy. Newbern down low. His ability to move all over the floor is impressive. Show off the post moves. That's impressive as well. Up for 2.
Yep, but on that one, they just used Newbern to just set a screen, isolate him on the left side of the floor, get him a one-on-one situation, able to convert there.
Bagley straight to the basket. Had some help from Schramer. Roberts on the putback.
Beautiful, beautiful read by Roberts there. Was able to read how the ball was going to come off the rim, just like Dennis Rodman, able to put back jam on that one.
Anthony Roberts almost took Eli Cave to the grave earlier, and now he catches a body with Schramer to the basket with the putback jam. Dunphy on the baseline. Willard the rebound. Taylor open right down low. Schramer, good job on the defense to help poke that one away, but he stepped out of bounds. We'll have another stop here on the floor. St. Cloud trailing by 3. You like the hustle there from Schramer. Couldn't really help offensively, but he came back to poke the ball away from a wide open Luke Taylor down low.
Yeah, that was always my role as the energy guy off the bench. One time I almost broke a table diving for a loose ball, so that was a little WWE action on that one.
Little Bills Mafia. Willard on the drive. He goes down. He keeps the dribble alive. Now Bagley straight out for Taylor. Into the corner. Roberts, can he test it from 3? No good. Max Cody up for the rebound. He's going to take it 1-on-4. Full head of steam, and now he circles back. Dunphy left wide open on the three-point arc, and he knocks it down. That's too easy for Cameron Dunphy.
Yeah, anybody is going to be able to hit an open one, especially if they can take a nice little in-rhythm step or in-rhythm dribble, as he did right there.
Dunphy now 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. And if you remember back early in the season for Minot State, they played here in the GAC Challenge as Robert goes up and misses. Cameron Dunphy in one game against Harding University went 7 for 8 from beyond the arc in this building.
Yeah, it was quite the offensive showcase for Mr. Dunphy. It was great to see, and now we have the Huskies on the fast break here 2-on-2.
Willard gets it poked away. Cody charged with a reach-in foul. So Willard slowed down on the rush, but the Huskies still trailing by 6. They'll have the ball after the timeout. You're watching Huskies Hoops on the NSIC Network. Huskies fans, it's time to get back in the game. Tickets to all your favorite SCSU athletic teams are on sale right now. Return to all the energy, action, and excitement that only you can bring to St. Cloud State University. Don't waste any time. Head over to the new and improved SCSUtickets.com or call 1-877-SCSU-TICKS and get back in the game today. Huskies Hoops on a Saturday afternoon, presented by FaceTime Business Resources. Sam Getzinger and Adam Larson. Adam, take a look at the stat there. Fourth in the conference, 83 points a game. Put up 83 yesterday, did St. Cloud State. And I mean, if this offensive pace continues, they're well onto that mark.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And, you know, early on in the season, it was just a little difficult just creating the offense, still figuring out who's doing what everybody's role is, but has, again, like you showed in that stat, now number 4 in the NSIC, but just having trouble on free throws here today, offense.
Yeah, Willard 1 for 2 from the line. St. Cloud as a team, so far just 5 for 9 at the charity stripe. Minot up by 5. Cody, a hard drive to the basket. He's double teamed. Ulrich was wide open on the other block. And that one goes out of play.
Yeah, I think he was thinking about the impending layup or potential dunk that he was going to have there and just let it slip through his hands.
Under 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. A couple of substitutions coming in for the Beavers. Ben Bull checks back in. Eli Cave as well. Roman Schramer still out on the floor. Melvin Newbern and Max Cody as well for St. Cloud. Ryan Bagley, Luke Taylor, Anthony Roberts, Matt Willer, and Caleb Donaldson. And have a foul away from the ball.
And I couldn't really get a good look at that one, but it looks like they were saying when Donaldson was fighting through the screen, his defender put both hands into him trying to fight through, and that was the result of the foul call on that one.
So they're into the bonus now. So free throws are going to be coming here for the next 3:38. But again, you just got to knock them down. And Caleb Donaldson already 0 for 2 here from the line. And his first one's good, so he'll have another opportunity. Donaldson just over 15 points a game. That number is going to bump up after his 31-point performance yesterday. Prolific scorer. He can get to the basket. He can shoot from beyond the arc. But you would like to see that free throw number jump up just a touch over 70% this season. And you see a miss there as well, but the offensive board goes to Roberts. Bagley, long distance 3, rolls around, and this one's out of play. It's going to go to the Beavers.
Yeah, but going back to the free throws again, the reason he made his first one, he finished up higher, which the way he holds the ball, you want to finish high on that one. That second one, he finished slower, more straight out in front of him, and that's why he missed that one short.
It's interesting to look how a trajectory of just your release on a shot can change if it's a make or a miss so quickly. See that all too often. Eli Cave on the wing with Willard. Cave spinning, double coverage, basket, and the foul.
Yeah, and it looked like somebody reached in there. So I think it was, did they call that on Lillard, do you know? On Willard?
That's going to be on Luke Taylor, so that's going to be his second of the game.
Okay, so yeah.
So Taylor came in on the help defense. I mean, impressive job by Eli Cave to finish through contact nonetheless. Transfer from St. Mary's, first season with Minot State, misses the free throw. Now here comes Roberts. It'll slow up. Willard beyond the arc. Beautiful jab step, floater to the basket, rolls in and out. Newbern the board.
Yeah, it looks like he had a little contact there when he was coming down off the floater. Could have gotten a foul call there.
Now Eli Cave. He's got 3-point shooting ability. Knuckleball to the basket, rolls off the front of the iron. Roberts to Donaldson. Donaldson, 2 hops to the basket, blocked by Schramer, but he'll get called on the way up to the basket.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful move there by Donaldson. Got it on the fast break, had it on the baseline, just took a nice little hard dribble, created the momentum, hop-stepped it, got fouled, now he's going to shoot 2.
All right, Donaldson's been the most common victim to the free throw line today, just 33% from the stripe, 1 for 3. First one's up and good.
Yep, and once again, he was able to finish higher on that one, finished right at the basket, able to just swish it through all net.
St. Cloud is a team right now with that last make, 7 for 12. Sitting just below 60%. And you got to imagine with a game that's going to be as close as this one with two teams that are fairly evened out, free throws are going to be a big factor, especially later on in the game as Donaldson knocks down the second one.
Well, again, if they make those 5 free throws, they're up by 1 right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. Minot State looking to extend the lead. Newbern heavily guarded by Roberts, out to Schramer, around the horn. Cave down to Newbern. Looking to go cross court, but he holds on. Bagley was right there. It's going to be a call on Bagley.
And I don't know about that one. It looked like when Newbern started his second dribble, he got his elbow around and started to hook him, which I know is a big emphasis in Division I, the hook and hold, as they call it.
Baseline inbound to Cave, right out to Cody. Now Cody into the red paint. Cross court to Newbern. Behind the back, Daniel Geisler out on the floor for the first time. He's going to have his hands full with Newbern. 4 on the shot clock. Dunphy beyond the arc. That's his first miss from three-point range, and Roberts dribbled it right off the foot, not a play.
And see, you have a great defensive possession there by the Huskies, cutting off the middle, stopping the initial drive, get a missed shot, but you can't finish the play. You let the rebound go out of bounds.
Looks like Cody wants to have a conversation here with the referees. They're going to go up to the scorer's table. What do you think they're talking about here as they converse at the free throw line?
Well, could range from anything. It could range of who did the ball go off of. It could range from, what are our plans at halftime. So,
well, the possession arrow still stays with St. Cloud.
And they're going to reconvene to see what snacks they're going to get as well.
Yeah, right, yeah. Dinner plans are on the line here with this conversation. Well, they make the signal to the scorer's table, and we're ready to roll. Cody's going to inbound. 2:07 left on the clock here in the first half. It's a 4-point lead for Minot State. Dunphy around the arc. Back out for Cave. Cave, full head of steam to the basket. Another foul called. That's going to be on the floor. The shot for Newbern will not count, but Cave is going to go to the stripe here as St. Cloud is now in the bonus.
Yep, and that one just undisciplined. He reached in as he was driving right past him. You got to be more disciplined. Make him just play one-on-one basketball. Trust your teammate to play good defense.
Ryan Bagley charged with that call. Free throw no good. So no harm, no done on the call there to Ryan Bagley as the free throw doesn't drop. Bagley with the ball right now offensively. Cave trying to get into the passing lane.
Yep, you saw them try to overplay that, get the steal there.
Bagley, wide open lane to the basket. Schramer's right there. He went up with it, and Bagley drew a lot of contact going up to the rim. So we'll see Bagley go to the line here for the first time today.
Yep, he was able to find a seam right here on the replay. Found this seam right here, just got low, went up on him, got the foul call, now he's going to shoot free throws.
Schramer's been called upon by head coach Matt Merkin to be the rim protector here in this first half, especially late. Haven't seen Cody Dwyer out in the game for quite some time. Dwyer right now just 2 points off of 5 minutes.
And did he pick up his second foul earlier in the game?
Yeah, he's got 2 fouls, so you got to save him here for the second half. So a good move there from Matt Merkin. First one from Bagley did fall. The second one is no good, but Roberts with the offensive board once again. Willard to tie it. He can't. Donaldson, the putback from the rafters. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he timed that up perfectly. He read it, was able to just catch it, palm it with one hand, just like the clock. Kawhi Leonard able to put back jam on that one.
My goodness, that's the second putback jam, one by Roberts, one by Donaldson. And those two, Roberts and Donaldson, one of the most high-powered duos in the conference all throughout their collegiate careers.
Well, if you've got two showtime players, just like those two, who are able to just go up, catch it off the rebound, or just catch a putback just like that at any point in the game, you've got, as the Lake Show would say, showtime.
Yeah, exactly right. We got Husky time here inside of Hollenbeck Hall as the Beavers and Ulrich knocked down the first free throw. Sam Ulrich from Woodstock, Illinois, the usual six-man off the bench here for Minot State, goes 1 for 2 from the line. Something about the basket from the charity stripe today just gets smaller and smaller and smaller, it feels like.
Yeah, well, just like earlier in the game when the Beavers were hitting all those shots, the basket gets wider. When you see a couple people miss 2 to 3 shots in a row, you start to get a little bit tight out there. You got to keep your confidence.
Saw head coach Matt Reimer there for St. Cloud. We'll hear from him before the halftime break in a couple of minutes as Cody drops down a three-pointer. We'll have another timeout called here. 5-point lead for Minot State. We're seeing a lot of three-pointers drop here in this game. Minot State so far sitting at 7 for 13, above 50%, and St. Cloud just 2 for 13.
Well, yeah, Bagley had those too early, and then since then just ice cold for the Huskies. So, again, they have to find a way to manufacture points from not outside but rather inside, find a way to get multiple actions, get cutters going across, get post-up opportunities for people. So it's going to be interesting to see in the last 110 and then going forward in the second half how the Huskies adjust offensively.
Five-point lead here for Minot State. About a minute left to go here in the first half, and St. Cloud has the ability to climb back to tie this one up before the half. Huskies had the lead going into the break yesterday against UMary. Geisler for three, his first try, too strong. Cody the rebound. Max Cody, 7 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. He's a guy who can fill up the stat sheet, even though he's one of the smaller ones out on the floor. Cody, jump shot, front of the rim, no good. Donaldson able to rip away the board.
A beautiful rip away there by Donaldson. Just held it, was patient, waited for the defenders to clear, and now they're down on offense.
Under a minute left to go. And the Huskies are going to call a timeout. What do you think the thought process here with this one is, as you got 26 flat on the game clock and 16 on the shot clock?
Well, I think Coach Raymer knows the importance of this possession, because you score here, you get a 2-point, you're down 3, or you get a 3, you're down 2. So it's going to be a one-possession game if you score here. And like you said, in a tight game like it is right now, one possession could decide the game.
Just as long as you're within reaching distance of Minot State, I think it's okay for St. Cloud if they're trailing at the half, but you don't want to let Minot get too far out of hand. A lot of the games this season for them have been blowouts, especially with their performances in the second half. So just keep them at bay for the final 26 seconds here, and if you can climb closer, I think that's going to be the smart move, as you mentioned. Donaldson will inbound. Geisler out on the floor with Willard, Bagley, and Roberts. Back to Donaldson. Approaching 10 on the shot clock. 10-second difference between shot and game. Donaldson. Back out to Willard. Long range three. Made it and one. Matt Willard.
That was a beautiful, beautiful possession there by St. Cloud. It seemed like they were kind of getting scrambled early on, but right here, Donaldson able to go in, collapse the defense, kick it out for Willard. Little fadeaway jumper as the shot clock was winding down. Gets the 3 and the foul. Now a chance for 4-point play, baby.
To make it a 1-point game. We didn't touch on that when we were talking about scenarios, but that leads us into a conversation we had as there's another substitution coming in. In the women's game yesterday, UMary Macy Williams was fouled with .1 left on the clock to end the half. Almost the same situation here for Eli Cave. You almost have the ability to just lay off.
Well, again, especially with the rules today protecting shooters, you need to give them space to land on their jump shot.
1 second left. Donaldson beyond the half-court line. That one misses wide. So a 1-point lead for Minot State as we head into the break. It was a fun first half. And again, be sure to stick around. Head coach Matt Reimer joining us here in just a moment. You got to like the way it went down for St. Cloud, especially the 4-point play at the end. We'll send it down courtside to Michaela Wrench with head coach Matt Reimer.
I'm over here with Coach Matt Reimer. Coach, it's been a back-and-forth scoring game throughout the first half. You are currently trailing by 1. What are the Beavers doing that you need to adjust around going into the second half?
Well, we got to do a better job of taking away. They're all left hand. We got to do a better job making them come back to the right. And then we just got to make some free throws. I mean, we've had plenty of opportunities at the free throw line to have a nice lead right now. We just got to finish those.
And Caleb Donaldson, who currently leads the team in points tonight and had a phenomenal night last night. How do you plan to use him going into the second?
He's just got to stay active. We can use him in a lot of different ways, and he's very versatile. We just got to keep him being active, and then he'll find his points.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Sam, Adam, back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Michaela. St. Cloud trailing by 1 as we head into the halftime break. Be sure to stick around. Your halftime report comes up next here on the NSIC Network.
Huskies fans,
So we're in a break and then
it's
we'll come
time
back.
to get back in the game. Tickets to all your favorite SCSU athletic teams are on sale right now. Return to all the energy, action, and excitement that only you can bring to St. Cloud State University. Don't waste any time. Head over to the new and improved SCSUtickets.com or call 1-877-SCSU-TICKS and get back in the game today.
Roll over. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Huskies Hoops on a Saturday afternoon, presented by FaceTime Business Resources. Back up here in the booth, Sam Getzinger joined alongside Adam Larson. And Adam, a fun game so far is St. Cloud trailing by 1 as we head into the halftime break. But you got to factor in the free throw game here so far. St. Cloud would have a lead if they could knock down a couple more, and the same could be said by Minot State.
Oh, without a doubt, 100%. Again, we've talked about it 2 or 3 times this whole broadcast. You know, the importance of knocking down your free throws at the charity stripe. They call it the charity stripe for a reason. They're giving you points. Yep. So, I mean, St. Cloud missed 5. They could be up 4 right now. Minot's missed a few, so they could have expanded their lead. But 100% free throws are, without a doubt, going to be a big factor in what is going to decide this game.
And a big reason for Minot State having the lead here at the half, their ability to shoot from beyond the arc has been very impressive. And on the flip side, St. Cloud has gone ice cold since the start of the game.
Yep. Well, again, Minot's been able to continue their attack from the outside of the arc, continue to rain down threes. And again, St. Cloud has to find a way to create offense inside the paint, get cutters going through, open up the middle, get the defense to collapse, get multiple actions going. Defenses cannot guard multiple actions in there, Sam. So if you force them to get in scramble situations and force them to make decisions, just make the easy pass and get the easy shot.
Now let's talk about Ryan Bagley and Caleb Donaldson, both with 9 points in the game so far. Anthony Roberts not too far behind with 6, but they're really leading the charge so far.
Oh, 100%. And don't be surprised if Anthony Roberts comes out and just tries to establish himself right away in the second half. What'd you say, 6 points, 7 points for him?
6 points,
yep. 6 points, yep. So I know he is frustrated as a player, and without a doubt, he's going to try his best to reestablish his dominance here in the second.
Well, here's some of the team stats from that first half. Again, a 1-point lead for Minot State. Field goal percentage pretty strong for Minot. St. Cloud a little lacking in that department, 11 for 32. There's the 3-point percentage as well, 7 for 13 for Minot, just 3 for 15 for the Huskies. Rebound numbers in favor of St. Cloud State. They've really been able to clean up the boards.
Yes, they have. The one thing that I look at, though, is the low assist numbers, so that means outside of a few passes for threes, we're not getting a whole lot of looks where we are, swinging it around the horn.
As we take a look at the NSIC North standings, it's led by Minnesota Duluth, who is having a fantastic start to their season, unbeaten. But then you see St. Cloud State and Minot State and plenty of other teams that are tied at a 2-2 record. So that just shows how crucial this weekend is, and especially this game, for the Huskies to complete the sweep.
Oh, 100%. You know, even though Minot is an 8-2 team, they're still 500 just like the Huskies. So whoever wins this game here is going to jump up, I predict, into the top 3 into the NSIC standings.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, a lot of teams tied in the overall standings as well. The South Division is pretty impressive. So St. Cloud, they picked up the win yesterday against UMary, and they're looking to complete the sweep. We'll have the second half in a little bit. But before we get to that second half, there's only one jersey that's been retired here inside of Hollenbeck Hall. It's the Dan Hagen jersey, and we'll get more on that coming up a little bit later on.
Huskies fans, it's time to ring in the new year as two of Minnesota's most prestigious hockey teams face off on the shores of the state's most famous river. It's the first ever Mississippi River face-off as your Huskies welcome in the Bemidji State Beavers in a special New Year's showdown. Tickets are in limited supply.
They started yelling when I tossed it to the Hagen thing, so I don't know what to do.
Or call 1-877-SCSU-TIX.
If I could be you.
Okay, so we're back on camera or not?
Just 1 hour.
Let's not have us back on camera because Aiden just turned the light off and left.
To get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Nobody likes an awkward silence. You can actually use it for something good.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Hey Husky fans, we've got some exciting news as the WCHA has teamed up with Big Ten Network Plus to broadcast all league games for this upcoming season, and that includes your very own SCSU Huskies. We want to make sure you don't miss any of the action this season. To help you with that, there are an assortment of passes available to you that gives you the option to watch your Huskies and the rest of the WCHA any way you want all season long. Get your subscription now by heading over to Big Ten Network Plus at btnplus.com and make sure to check out the Huskies live on the BTN Plus app.
Only one jersey hangs in the rafters here inside of Hollenbeck Hall, and that's the number of Dan Hagen. For more on the superstar from the Granite City, we send it over with the story of Dan Hagen.
In this house on the north side of St. Cloud, where Dan was one of 11 children born to Sar and Myra Hagen. One of the middle children, Dan learned early in life the value of a strong work ethic and the need to stand up for himself in the daily challenges experienced by such a large family. The constant competition and the games played in the backyard with his siblings would light a fire in Dan that would serve him well, not only in athletics, but in the business world as well.
And we always had sporting events all year long around the house, and especially basketball in the wintertime. And the whole family, including my dad, he was a three-sport athlete in high school at St. Cloud Cathedral, also where I graduated from. And so we're all competitive, and so my two older brothers weren't about to let me win, and so I kind of passed that on to my younger brothers and sisters to make sure that they taught them the game the right way, but make sure they wouldn't beat me also.
It was at Cathedral High School where Dan first started to make a name for himself as a three-sport athlete, excelling in football, basketball, and baseball. And he played in the Minnesota High School All-Star basketball game. He also was chosen for the NAIA District 13 All-Region team, and he was honored as the MVP of the Granite City Classic.
So the game was a lot different back then. It was really an inside game, inside-outside game. I think now with the three-point shot and that, it becomes an outside game with inside help. And we've had Bobby Hagman and Mike Morgan was a senior when I was a freshman. Dan Meyer, Jeff Brown, Randy Fable. A lot of guys that were very unselfish team ball players that really helped us the success of our program and myself individually.
Going into his senior campaign, Dan was being touted as an All-American candidate and was just 51 points shy of surpassing the sharpshooting Terry Porter for the all-time scoring leadership at SCSU. In the third game of that year, Dan would score 21 points against Eastern Montana to move past Porter's previous record of 1,616 points. Continuing his fine play, Dan would finish his senior campaign averaging 21 points per game and becoming the leading scorer in the history of Minnesota college basketball with 2,136 points. That record would stand for over 38 years until Gage Davis, a fellow Husky, broke the record in 2019.
You know, honestly, I can remember a lot of games and probably most of the games, and I don't remember the moment passing Terry Porter nor becoming the all-time scorer at St. Cloud State. It was something I didn't strive to achieve. It just happened in the flow of my life in college, and it was exciting at the time.
What many people have forgotten is that upon completing his basketball career at SCSU, Dan decided he would play football for the Huskies while finishing up his degree. Showing just how great of an athlete he was, Dan caught the attention of several teams from the NFL. Unfortunately, a separated shoulder would put an end to his football career. After his collegiate days, Dan would remain in St. Cloud working in the banking business. His three children, Tyler, Lauren, and Abby, would all follow in his footsteps and attend Cathedral High School, leaving their own footprints. In recognition of his outstanding career at St. Cloud State, Dan was inducted into the SCSU Hall of Fame in 1994 and the NSIC Hall of Fame in 2010. So how does Dan feel today as he looks back over his amazing career?
You know, number one is getting a good education from St. Cloud State. You know, I can't emphasize that enough. I come from a family of 11 and with parents with not a lot of means. You know, the getting a free college education was important to me. I look back at my career at St. Cloud State. Coming from a small Catholic school, you know, all I wanted to do was play basketball. You know, and to have the success I did and graduate from here and be the leading scorer for many years, you know, I always joke around. I said, I think the longer you're out of college, the better you end up being, because the stories become, you know, a little bit embellished and everything else. But it's a real honor to be the first, to have the first jersey retired.
Tonight, the only player in the history of St. Cloud State basketball to score over 2,000 points and pull down over 1,000 rebounds on his way to being selected 4 times to the All-Conference team, becomes the first basketball player to ever have his jersey retired at SCSU. Congratulations, Dan.
It's Saturday Night Huskies Hoops presented by FaceTime Business Resources. Almost ready for the second half here inside of Hollenbeck Hall. Before we do that, let's take a look at some of the upcoming events presented by SCSUtickets.com. We're going to flash forward to after the holiday break. We got men's hockey. They return home on New Year's to welcome in-state rival Bemidji State. And then men's and women's basketball takes on Minnesota Duluth on January 2nd. Special start times for those 2 games of 2 and 4 o'clock. Basketball will also stay home the next weekend to welcome in Concordia St. Paul for a Friday night showdown. And again, get your tickets to these events and many more at SCSUtickets.com. Sam Getzinger, Adam Larson here with you. St. Cloud averaging just a shade under 83 points a game, 35 points in the first half to Minot State's 36. They want to get up to that 83 points. They're going to have some work to do, but both of these teams are second half teams.
Oh yeah, 100%. And you know, they're on track for 70 right now. They're on pace to give up 72 to the Beavers. If they can keep it in that low 70s range, they have a good chance to win in this game.
Melvin Newbern to start off the second half. Gets the spin around. Hook shot to fall. 3-point lead for Minot State.
Yep, and once again, he was able to get isolated on that block, able to just do a few post moves, boom, layup in.
Well, believe it or not, Adam, for Melvin Newbern, one of the top scorers in the conference, that's just his 4th point of the game.
Well, the Huskies have done a good job defensively on him.
Matt Willard finishes at the rim. Exchanging blows here, just like we saw at the end of the first half. Now Max Cody off into the corner with Ben Bull, wide open on the baseline. Now Dunphy beyond the arc. That's a rare miss for Cameron Dunphy. Ryan Bagley in transition. Slows up in the arc, out to Roberts. His 3 on the way. Too short, rebound Newbern.
Yep, but that's a good shot, though, by Roberts. Took his time, was patient with it, just couldn't knock the shot down.
Cody has to pick up his dribble, so he'll go out to the wing for Newbern. Roberts on him. Cody Dwyer back in the game, had 2 personal fouls in that first half, so he had to sit much of the half as Cody goes up with the left hand, well short, and Dwyer will poke it out of bounds. That's St. Cloud basketball.
Yeah, he tried to do a little left-hand floater there, but he couldn't get his hand too far underneath the ball. It was more of like a little side flip shot and just barely ticked the rim on that one.
And also, Max Cody in this game with 7 points, one of their team leading scorers, but seems like he's been a little vacant offensively, moving around the ball like we see him do all throughout the season.
Yeah, and again, to go back to my previous point, the Huskies are doing a good job defensively here on the Beavers, as a great shot there by Donaldson. But again, they're forcing them to take tough shots, keeping the ball in front of them. If they continue to do that, I think they will like the outcome of this game.
Max Cody picks up his dribble. Newbern on the drive, out for Bull. Bull into the lane, along the restricted arc. Up to the basket, Willard called. See the distraught look on your face, Adam. I don't know if you agree with the call. I don't think I agree with it either. It looked like he got all leather.
Yeah, he got all leather up top. I want to see the body here on the replay, and that's the thing. When you leave your feet, they go into your body as an offensive player, and that's why they called that foul.
So Bull at the free throw line. Looked like Willard may have jumped into Bull on the initial shot contestation. His first one for Bull falls in. Minot State from the stripe. Just 2 for 5 here in the game so far. So their numbers almost mirror St. Cloud's numbers at the stripe, although the Huskies did get a little bit better at the charity line to end out that first half. 39-39, first tie in quite some time. Now Willard from the free throw line, well short. Full head of steam the other way. Cameron Dunphy. Dunphy, Euro step, blocked by Willard into the stands. Good defense by Willard after missing the J the other way.
Yep, and there was no chance of him to get the body on that. When he went for the Euro, Willard was just able to use his length, get all ball, knock it out of bounds.
We take another look. Cameron Dunphy, full head of steam, and Willard that time, I mean, no contact on the shot. That's just a clean block as this one goes awry. Donaldson wanted a call.
Yep, Donaldson had an open dunk. If he got that ball, I would have liked to see a call there too.
Now Cody into the lane, wide open to the basket. Tomasi pins it up against the board. I believe they're going to call that one on Tomasi, who went up and contested the shot. Now it's going to be on Ryan Bagley from the back door. We'll take another look at that one here in just a moment. Ryan Bagley came in on the help defense, and that's always a tough scene. You never know if somebody bigger in stature like Tomasi is going to be there to help on those lay-ins.
Yeah, and it's always hard as a help-side defender, because to me, what I always tell my athletes is if you see their back and you cannot see any part of their front jersey right here. Yeah, so he was able to see a little bit from the front, but again, he just reached over a little bit over his shoulder, and that's why they called the foul on Bagley.
And the second one from Cody is well short. 1 point lead for Minot State. One thing to note here, Adam, Anthony Roberts already with 10 rebounds in the game. Had a double-double yesterday.
Yep, so he's low in scoring, but he's finding other ways to affect the game, which is what you love to see from your best player.
Willard high off the window. Now Cody in transition, straight to the hoop and off the glass and in.
Yep, just barely able to escape Roberts there. He thought he had it timed up, but he was able to quickly get that layup off before he was able to block it.
Now Roberts back out to Donaldson. Bagley in the wing, long range three, well short, wide open. Willard, he'll take the mid-range jumper. That one rolls around and into the hands of Melvin Newbern.
Yeah, that was tough. Willard did go straight up and down there, but just finished a little bit low on his follow-through.
Oh, Cody went straight to the rim. Good defense there by St. Cloud, and now here they come in transition. Bagley calling for help into the corner, Donaldson. Donaldson size disadvantage here with Dwyer. Now Bagley, another three. He goes down. Chance for 3 free throws coming here for Ryan Bagley.
Yep, and once again, that goes back to what I talked about in the first half. With the rules today protecting jump shooters, you have to jump around them. And right here, you'll see it. He goes into his body, doesn't give him a space to land, and that's why he's called for the foul.
So the native out of Pocatello, Idaho, will have a chance for a couple more to move into double figures. Transfer from Northeastern Community College. Leads the conference defensively in steals. But again, his offensive game today has been rather impressive. First one is up and good for Ryan Bagley. One away from reaching his season high average, or season average, I should say, of about 11 points a game. Bagley 2 for 2 so far. He's got a chance for another one to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, he's been great today. He's been shooting it with confidence, not letting the misses affect him. Just continue to go up, believes the next one is going in. That's what you love to see from a true shooter like Mr. Bagley.
And for Ben Bull, who is charged, he's now got 3 on the game, so he has to go back out to the bench. And Bagley, 3 points the hard way, but 3 points nonetheless, and now we're tied.
Yep, doesn't matter how you get them, he got them.
As long as you get them some way. 42-42. This is going to be a barn burner here in the second half on the NSIC network. Newbern with Tomasi. Newbern straight to the basket, off of the glass and in.
Yep, Newbern was able to use his body there. Tomasi was straight up, but just able to lean into him a little bit, create enough space, put up the left-handed in.
Now Roberts trying to work around the screen. Good defense by the Beavers on the baseline. Bagley, double team. Bagley in the corner. Willard, great shot fake. Awkward angle on the three. Willard, the offensive board, straight to the hoop.
Yep, he did the great thing that we tell every shooter to do. Follow your shot. He did that, got an easy offensive rebound, able to put it back up and in.
Now Newbern with Tomasi once again. Newbern spinning, left-handed shot, rolls around and it falls.
Yep, and again, they're letting him get middle on that one, and an easy bad turnover here by the Huskies.
Just a little bit of a tight pass there for Ryan Bagley in triple coverage. Looks like Kirk Cousins at times. Now here comes the Minot State offense. Dunphy, plenty of time there. Donaldson sagging off. Now down low, Ulrich lost his dribble, and he lets it go out of bounds. That's the second time for Ulrich that the ball has been in his hands, and then it just rolls out of the baseline.
Yeah, but the Huskies got lucky on that one.
44-46, Minot State with the lead. It's going to be a shootout here inside of Hollenbeck Hall. Rest of the second half is up next here on the NSIC Network.
Huskies fans, it's time to get back in the game. Tickets to all your favorite SCSU athletic teams are on sale right now. Return to all the energy, action, and excitement that only you can bring to St. Cloud State University. Don't waste any time. Head over to the new and improved SCSUtickets.com or call 1-877-SCSU-TICKS and get back in the game today. Huskies fans, it's time to ring in the new year as two of Minnesota's most prestigious hockey teams face off on the shores of the state's most famous river. It's the first ever Mississippi River face-off as your Huskies welcome in the Bemidji State Beavers in a special New Year's showdown. Tickets are in limited supply, so don't hesitate. Visit SCSUtickets.com or call 1-877-SCSU-TIX.
Hey, Huskies fans, with the holiday season coming up, make sure you head on over to the official St. Cloud State Sideline store. There you can find the gear that fits your needs, and then you can cheer on your Huskies in style. Visit now to get special holiday rates on select purchases. That's the Huskies Sideline store, presented by BSN Sports. Sam Getziger, Adam Larson here on the NSIC network. A 2-point lead for Minot State. And it looks like for the first time the Beavers are going to show a light full court press, but Dunphy's going to back off.
Yeah, real just token here. Just something to make them think, make them a little bit uncomfortable, just make them process that much more.
Now Willard's been impressive offensively here in the second half. Donaldson down low. Roberts wide open beyond the arc. Drops the three.
Yep, and that was beautiful. They used Donaldson as a decoy, got him in there, made the defense collapse. All eyes went to him, and Roberts was able to just swing around and hit the three on that one.
And for the first time in what feels like ages, the Huskies have a lead in this ball game. Newbern looking to change it, and he does.
Yep, and again with that left hand, he was able to get to the middle, spin back to his left to his strong hands, and able to just float it up and in.
Swinging back and forth here in the final 20 minutes of regulation. Minot State 2-2 in conference play, as is St. Cloud. Now Roberts back out to Willard. Willard's got 11 today. Bagley's got 12. Double team, finds the open man. Taylor poked away by Cody. Cody right to the basket, gets around Roberts, can't get the layup to go.
Yeah, but that was smart of Cody. He kind of faded away a little bit, used his body as a shield from Roberts.
Donaldson straight to the hoop and in.
And that should have been an and one in my estimation. It looked like he got hit on the arm going up for that one.
1 point lead for the Huskies. Eli Cave back out on the floor after the last time out. Cody with Bagley. Cody into the red paint. Has to pick up his dribble, give it back out to Eli Cave, who's been quiet today. Just 4 points. Cody in the corner, fakes the screen. Now Newbern for three. Rattles in and out. Taylor cleans up the glass. In transition, Donaldson, look out, two hands.
Yep, and I saw that coming a mile away as soon as I saw him leak out the floor and they got him the pass. He had wide open floor in front of him, explodes with the two-hand slam.
Caleb Donaldson continues his impressive weekend. 31 yesterday, 15 so far here today. And the Huskies now have their largest lead in quite some time, 51-48. Dwyer working down low, straight to the basket, and can't convert the N1, but he'll have a chance for two.
Yep, and like we were talking about before the break, he shoots 72.5% from the field, so a great offensive talent. And but here's a look at that beautiful jam by Donaldson again.
And Cody Dwyer can shoot well with those field goal numbers, but Caleb Donaldson, when you're throwing stuff down, that's near 100% as Dwyer misses the first one.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing easier than a wide open dunk on the other end. Biggest thing, you just want to make sure you have a good grip on the ball, put it through the hoop with no effort.
And Caleb Donaldson, 6 for 9 from the field, as we're on the topic of field goal percentage. Yesterday, only missed one shot throughout the entire game. Pretty impressive stuff.
Well, he likes to be effective. You
yes.
know, he likes to keep it simple, just as the Huskies get a great rebound here by Roberts.
Yeah, Roberts kept it alive, and it's straight to Donaldson, the team's leading scorer. Cameron Alexander out to Roberts. Now Bagley will slow things down, set up the offense, 15 on the shot clock.
Oh, and Donaldson was calling for him to swing it to his side. He had a post up right there, and they throw it out of bounds.
That all leads to a turnover here for the Huskies. So far, the turnover numbers haven't been too bad, just 6 in the game. Now the Beavers with an unfamiliar position here in this ball game, trailing. Cody to the left side, wide open, pump fake, and he dips it back out to Dwyer. Dwyer off to Newbern on the baseline, lost his dribble. That's going to go to St. Cloud.
Yeah, once again, I think he was thinking a step ahead of what he was doing, envisioning a nice little layup or expecting a foul call, but he just lost it out of bounds there.
Daniel Geisler out on the floor for St. Cloud as well. Head coach Matt Reimer looking for win number 115 in his coaching career.
And it looks like they're going to go horns action here.
Now Geisler on the wing, back out for Roberts. Trying to swing it to Bagley, almost poked away. Bagley in the corner. Geisler for three. In and out, Newbern the board.
Yeah, but that's what they wanted to do. They got penetration in the middle, kick it out, opposite corner, just not able to make it.
One possession game here on the back door. Gunville kicks it out of bounds.
Well, we talked about there were only a few turnovers. Now it seems like the turnovers are coming fast and furious here, Sam.
Well, you got to attest that to the pace of play as well here in this second half. The string of the past couple of minutes has just been a track meet.
Yeah, and you never know. These teams might be thinking about how close this game is, and they thinking about how every possession is going to be valuable here.
Bagley short. Now Newburn up the floor. Wide open in the corner, Gunville, good shot fake. He'll throw one up from distance. That one no good. Newburn straight to the basket, gets the lay-in to go.
Yep, and that was beautiful. Again, just Euro stepped around to the right side, laid it up with the left hand on the right side. Difficult shot, but able to put it in.
Now Donaldson with Ben Bull. Donaldson with 20 points in the game, 17. Roberts, jab stepping, goes into a lot of traffic and somehow was able to drop the lay-in.
That was beautiful. He did not settle for the jump shot there, took it right at the defense and scored.
St. Cloud State up by 3. Caleb Donaldson, Anthony Roberts, and Ryan Bagley leading the way as you expect. Also throw in Matt Willard in there as well. 4 players now in double figures.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The offense has been kind of spaced out here. Everybody's been doing a little bit of everything, and that's great to see. A true team effort on offense. Don't try to, focus all your effort or put all your effort into one player, hoping that they can carry your team.
Looking at the numbers for Caleb Donaldson, 15 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 6 for 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from the stripe. Has only taken 1 3 so far in this game as well. Donaldson's been a big factor all weekend, led the charge in the Game 1 win yesterday against UMary. And we talked about it during the halftime break, Adam, just how crucial all of these games are now in the NSIC North, because everybody is pretty much stuck at a 2-2 record.
Yeah, pretty much. So it is going to be very crucial for both of these teams to try to get a win here, try to get a winning record in the conference, try to move to 3-2 instead of 2-3. But back to the offense, a great thing having 2 players like Donaldson and Roberts. You can use one as a decoy like I mentioned earlier. So you can draw the defense in with one, have one go on the weak side or come off maybe a stagger screen, and then you can open them up either for a drive or a shot. It's beautiful basketball.
Anthony Roberts, 11 points, 10 rebounds, back-to-back double-doubles here this weekend. He's putting on a show. Bagley's got 12 points, 2 assists, a rebound, and a steal, and then Willard's just been electric from the field. 11 points, a couple of three-pointers, and a couple of contested mid-range jumpers as well. Coming out of the timeout, St. Cloud State leading by 3. Beavers will send out Eli Cave with Max Cody, Jackson Gunville, Cody Dwyer, and Cameron Dunphy. St. Cloud, Ryan Bagley, Anthony Roberts, Cameron Alexander, Josh Tomasi, and Caleb Donaldson.
Yep, and I like this little token pressure. Just pick him up full court. Again, just make him think a little bit, make him be aware of his defender just a little bit more.
Cody off the screen. Great pass down low to Dwyer. Lightly finishes at the rim.
Yeah, right there. He slipped the screen, was able to find him. Cody did, and just an easy layup for the Beavers.
Bagley standing on the logo close to that timeline. Tomasi on the wing. Donaldson on the other wing now. Max Cody applying the defense, and St. Cloud looks like they're a little struggling here offensively, but doesn't matter. Anthony Roberts for 3.
Yep, and he knocks that down. I thought they had a chance to get Donaldson in isolation on the right side, but they swing it around. He's able to knock it down, does Roberts.
4-point lead for the Huskies. Under 10 left to go here in regulation. Dunphy doesn't take the screen, straight to the basket. Foul before the shot. That's going to be on Minot State.
Yeah, and it looks like they're calling an illegal screen once again. That's going to be his second of the game, and that's going to be the 3rd foul for Mr. Dwyer.
4-point lead for St. Cloud State. Dwyer picks up the call. It's been a fun one so far here inside of Hollenbeck Hall. Second half continues on after this on the NSIC Network.
Hey, Husky fans, we've got some exciting news as the WCHA has teamed up with Big Ten Network Plus to broadcast all league games for this upcoming season, and that includes your very own SCSU Huskies. We want to make sure you don't miss any of the action this season. To help you with that, there are an assortment of passes available to you that gives you the option to watch your Huskies and the rest of the WCHA any way you want all season long. Get your subscription now by heading over to Big Ten Network Plus at btnplus.com and make sure to check out the Huskies live on the BTN Plus app.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Huskies Hoops on a Saturday afternoon, presented by FaceTime Business Resources. Sam Getzinger joined alongside Adam Larson. Adam, it's a 4-point lead for St. Cloud, and one of the impressive numbers to look at is the total rebounds, but more importantly, the offensive rebounds. They're out offensive rebounding. Minot State 11-4 in this game.
Yeah, like you just said, 11-4 in the offensive rebound differential, and that just shows. I would love to know the second chance points that we could get off of those rebounds, but again, rebounding is just an effort thing. Like Mr. Welk said, it's a beautiful move here by Tomasi.
Tomasi with the finish. Just his 4th point of the game. That extends the lead out to 6, one of the larger leads here for St. Cloud State. Newbern on the spin, right to the basket. Tomasi, good defense, and he's blocked on the second chance.
Yeah, Tomasi did a good job going straight up there on the initial drive, and then once Newbern got the rebound, he was able to just block it right there.
Now Tomasi, the big man. And Dwyer giving him plenty of space. Roberts, top of the key. Back to Donaldson. Looking to feed it down low to Tomasi, but they negate and go up to the top. Bagley, long range 3, back of the iron. Good board there by Dunphy.
Yeah, good board there. Again, Bagley is going to put him up. He's confident that the next one's going in. I like that mentality out of the shooter. Beautiful denial here by the Huskies.
Yeah, some miscommunication there by Minot State. Now Newbern, wide open lane to the basket. Beautiful lay-in.
Yep, but right there, a miscommunication there by the Huskies on the screen, and he was able to just get a wide open lane to lay it in.
Huskies up 4. 7:50 on the clock. Bagley around the screen. Mismatch. Cross court Alexander. Down low Donaldson. Double team. Alexander for 3. How do you do? Alexander off of the bench, his first 3 points.
And once again, they use Donaldson as a decoy. They throw it into him. Cody looks at him, vacates his offensive player. He's able to kick it back out for the 3.
The lead continues to grow for the Huskies. Cody has to back it on out. No, he'll go baseline. Gunville, beautiful finish.
Yeah, that was a beautiful backdoor cut there by Gunville, but an even more beautiful pass there by Cody.
For Jackson Gunville, that's point number 8 here for the Minot State Beavers. Leading the way for them is Melvin Newbern. Donaldson's the team leader in points for the Huskies with 15. As he misses that jump shot, the Beavers will come in transition.
Yeah, that was a tough shot there by Donaldson. Think they could have gotten a better one on that possession.
Max Cody's questioning what's going on with his offense. And Newbern will take it down baseline, spinning, double team. Huskies wanted a double dribble. Now Dunphy, back out to Cody. Donaldson closing out hard. Cody on the baseline, seeing how far he can go. Dunphy for 3 at the end of the shot clock. Roberts cleans up the glass. Roberts, full head of steam, to the lane. Plenty of contact with Dunphy, but Dunphy said he had the ball the whole time.
Yeah, I was about to say Roberts should look up in transition. He had Bagley over there in the corner, but able to just take it in right here. One-man fast break, reaches in with both hands, able to draw the foul.
Roberts at the line for 2. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor here by the Minot State Beavers. 5-point lead for St. Cloud State, 61-56. Anthony Roberts will have the ability to go to the line. So far, he's 2 for 4, and the Husky free throws have started to come together. 13 for 19 after the lackluster start in the first half.
Yeah, they've really locked it in from the free throw line, and it showed. Now they have a 5-point lead here. They've outscored the Beavers 26-20 here in the second half. Think about it. It was a 35-36 game, and the Beavers just scored their 20th point of the half on that last possession.
And if you're head coach Matt Reimer, what are you saying in the huddle right here just to get the team energized to keep going for the final 6 minutes?
Oh, well, the biggest thing, again, continue to rebound, continue to be the more physical team, especially defensively, continue to disrupt what they're doing, stay in front of the ball, communicate on the screens, all right? You don't want to get a mishap on the screen and roll like they did with where Newbern got the wide-open layup.
Roberts at the line. Came into the weekend third in the conference in scoring. Knocks down the first one. Just a touch under 20 points a game this year. He's up to 14, looking to make it 15 with his next one. And he can.
Yeah, that would have been huge. That would have put him up 7. That's 3 possessions right there.
Now Melvin Newbern. Back out for Dwyer. Newbern on the cut to the basket. Look to go through the traffic. He can't finish. Willard's able to sky over the top of Newbern and grab the board.
Yep, and beautiful straight up right there by Anthony Roberts defensively.
That's easier said than done. A lot of these guys want to go for the emphatic block, but I mean, most of the time the best bet is just throw the hands up in the air and hope for the best, as Roberts left wide open for 3, in and out.
Oh, believe me, I've seen too many occasions where people try to go for that block when they can just go straight up and down and not pick up a silly foul.
Dunphy wide open in the corner. His 3 won't fall. He's been ice cold from beyond the arc here in the second half.
But that was a beautiful effort at box out there by Roberts.
Donaldson bodied towards the baseline, out to Willard. Willard to the basket, lightly puts it in.
Yep, he drove into 2 defenders. Usually I would say pull that out, but his length allows him to shoot over him, and he gets the floater.
The lead is up to 8. Dunphy got him on the shot fake, and that light shot won't go. Dwyer the offensive board, and the second chance.
Yeah, that's just a case just being taller than the man defending you on that one.
Under 5 left to go here in the second half from Hollenbeck Hall. Final game of the weekend for both of these teams. Minot looking to come out of the weekend with a split after the loss to UMD last night. Huskies looking to go for the sweep after the win against UMary. Tomasi over his head. Dunphy shows off the speed. Now to the right side. Dunphy to the basket for 2.
Yeah, Dunphy got lucky. He had a wide open lane on the left side, but decided to cross over. He was lucky that that didn't impede the transition there.
Just like that, we're back to a 2-possession game, maybe even 1. We've seen a couple of 4-point plays here today. Donaldson on the wing. Got Max Cody on the shot flake. Now back out to Roberts. Lot of contact and 1.
That was a beautiful dish there by Donaldson. He found Roberts just sitting in the middle, scooped it off to him, gets hit in the head, no problem, gets the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Anthony Roberts will have a chance for 3, but before that free throw, we'll head to break here on the NSIC Network. Huskies up by 6. Huskies fans, it's time to get back in the game. Tickets to all your favorite SCSU athletic teams are on sale right now. Return to all the energy, action,
and excitement that only you can bring to St. Cloud State University. Don't waste any time. Head over to the new and improved SCSUtickets.com or call 1-877-SCSU-TICKS and get back in the game today.
Huskies up by 6, have the ability to make it 7. Anthony Roberts finished with the and 1. Look at the contact, Adam, through traffic and able to get the layup to fall. That's impressive stuff.
Yeah, and right here you got Anthony Roberts, 17 points, 11 rebounds. But the biggest thing that led to this three-point play opportunity is, again, Donaldson gets low on the baseline. Now you got 3 sets of eyes on him. Roberts just cuts behind the defense into the lane. Easy little dish off. We'll see if he can make the free throw here.
Roberts from the line shooting 50%, 3 of 6. As a team, the Huskies are at 67%. Little less than ideal, but not horrible. As Roberts does make it a 7-point lead for the Huskies here, under 4 left to go. Max Cody with Donaldson on the drive, now out to Ulrich. Dunphy driving baseline. Met with heavy defense by Bagley. Ben Bull. They're going to keep it there right in Minot State possession. That's going to be a call on the Huskies.
Yeah, it looked like Willard closed off there to the high shoulder, forced him baseline, but it looked like as he came down, he tried to reach around and grab for the ball. Let's see it here.
Call's going to be on Willard.
Yep, and sure enough, he did.
Just caught him on the arm. Baseline inbound to Newbern. 20 on the shot clock. Newbern working on Tomasi. That's going to be a hard ask. The second chance, no good. Tomasi swats it away. Bagley goes down hard. No call coming. The Huskies want it. Ulrich to the hoop, and he's stuffed by Tomasi. Other way, Donaldson to the basket. The lay is good. My, oh my.
I thought he was going to put him on a poster there, but you know what? The nice little easy Iceman finger roll on the finish.
The kids call that jelly nowadays. It's a 9-point lead for St. Cloud, and the defense by Josh Tomasi on the back end. As it looks like that's an offensive foul by Minot State and Sam Ulrich. Great job by Bagley. Didn't have the size, but it didn't matter. There's the block by Tomasi and the jelly finish by Donaldson.
And that's just a nice, easy layup there by Donaldson. That whole sequence, this whole sequence, the last 3 possessions, 2 on defense, 1 on offense, this might be the momentum swing that the Huskies need to hold on and win this game.
The referees are going to have a conversation here. And a technical may have been assessed while we were away because Willard's going to have a chance at the free throw line. Ulrich got the call with the offensive penalty. And Willard knocks down the free throw. He'll have another attempt. And I didn't quite see. We were busy watching the replay. I didn't quite see what the call on the floor was for Willard to have the opportunity for 2 points.
Yeah, and I wasn't able to hear any type of whistle. I didn't hear a ref call one for a technical, so.
Well, nonetheless, the Huskies will take it. Now up by 11 points, the largest lead by anybody in this ball game. They're going to have the ball back as well. Full court press here by Minot.
Yep, you want to stay away from the sides here. They're going to look to trap if you get too close.
And Dunphy's going to get called running too close with Bagley.
And that was smart, though, by the Huskies. Reimer put Anthony Roberts on the same side as the ball, so even if they came to double, Roberts would be wide open there and just let him go.
Huskies in the bonus. Bagley to the line, 1-1. First one is up and good. He'll have a chance for another. Bagley now up to 13 points. Very strong in both of the second halves here this weekend. And he goes 2 for 2 from the line.
Yep, think about this, Sam. They went into a timeout. The Huskies were up 64-60, a little 9-0 run here, and all of a sudden they're up 13.
Max Cody for 3 to answer. Rolls in and out. The Huskies charge for the rebound, and they got it. That's Caleb Donaldson.
Yep, now is a perfect time for St. Cloud. Just work your half-court offense. Take time off the clock. If you can get a score, great. If not, just continue to lock it down on the defensive end.
Donaldson now up to 8 boards. Pass down low to Tomasi, working around Dwyer, rolls around, can't get it. Offensive board. Roberts finishes through the contact.
And of course, Roberts is the one to get that rebound, beat out 3 other Beavers on that one and put it back up and in.
That's his 12th board of the game. And Anthony Roberts, it's impressive as Dunphy goes to the basket and lays it in. He's not the tallest one out there. You can pretty much call him a point forward at 6'4", but his ability to charge the glass is just uber impressive.
Well, again, it goes back to what is always said. Rebounding is all about heart and effort, so you have to want to go get that ball.
Donaldson calling for the ISO. Willard's going to move to the other side of the floor. Now he'll come up for the screen. Back out to Willard. He's in double figures. Awkward jump shot. He drops it in.
That was beautiful. He just faded away one leg on the baseline, just like Dirk in Dallas back in the day, able to put it in.
The all-time leading scorer in Buffalo high school history, just down the road. Over 2,000 points in his high school career. He's a great young face here for St. Cloud, as we're going to have another call here on St. Cloud State. That's going to be on the floor.
Yep, but that's only their 5th foul, and that was actually a smart foul because they had a wide-open three-point opportunity in the corner that negates that. Now they just have to hold it down here as we see the beautiful Dirk fadeaway here by Mr. Willard.
Kind of got that Dirk finish on the shot as well. Kind of the setup to it. You're exactly right. Tomasi, that's his 3rd foul. Make it 4 now.
Yep, that time he didn't wall up. He just tried to swing down on that one. Gets called.
So now Coach Reimer has to then make the decision. Do you take Tomasi out of the game with a $1:30 left, or do you keep him in there with a 15-point lead?
Well, I would say, his presence defensively and what he's been able to do, I would just keep him in with 128, especially since you have a nice little 15-point cushion here.
Newbern misses the first one. Melvin Newbern, team's leading scorer, 14 points up on the board for him. This is his first time to the stripe. He's now 0 for 1. Tomasi with 4 fouls, as we mentioned, just 4 points and 5 boards, but a pair of blocks. He's been a good rim protector here for St. Cloud. Now here comes the full court press.
Yep.
Bull will tap it out of bounds.
Yep, and again, the key to this press, you want to control the middle if you are the Huskies. You want to keep the ball in the middle of the floor. Do not allow yourself any opportunities to get trapped on the sidelines or in the 4 corners of death there by half court.
So now Donaldson will inbound on the sideline. What are you seeing here from this formation, Adam?
Well, if I were to guess, 2 people are probably going to sprint towards half court with a screen for one, like there for Roberts. And now they're just going to keep one in the middle of the floor, but Donaldson just beats him by himself.
Donaldson on the baseline, out for Roberts, restricted arc, and they tie up. Possession arrow is with St. Cloud, so they'll keep possession. You got to imagine Minot State down by 14. This game's kind of left their control. They're going to probably get to the foul game here pretty soon.
And there's the slip there by Tomasi.
Tomasi straight to the hoop and in. 6 points on the day for Josh Tomasi. Now Eli Cave, he's been limited in action so far today. Bull for 3 in the corner, hit the side of the backboard.
Yep, but that was a beautiful closeout by Willard. Just closed out high side to his shooting hand, made him take a tougher shot.
Under a minute left to go here in regulation. The Huskies lead by 16, and they can extend that. With Ryan Bagley going to the line, Newbern his 2nd foul of the day. We weren't quite sure. We were hesitant to say that St. Cloud was going to reach 83 points, their season average. But I think it's a good chance they're going to get that and extend that to be a team that's one of the leading scorers in the conference.
Oh, 100%. But I think the more impressive thing is they have held Minot to 63 points right now. I mean, again, this
really
is
impressive
high-powered offense, but I thought coming into this game they would have to hold them to around 70 to 72 at the most, and right now they're 9 points below that mark.
Minot State, just to put it in perspective, is a team with 2 100-point games this year. Cody, a long-range 3, well short. Now Dunphy's going to try to tie up the ball. He'll get called with the reach.
Yep, and right now, Minot is just looking to extend the game as best they can, try to hope for some miracle to happen. But if the Huskies can knock down these free throws, there's no doubt about it that they will walk out with the win.
Bagley to the line. That's the 9th team foul on Minot State. Bagley's been the bright spot here at the free throw stripe. 7 for 9, 15 points. Make that 8 for 10. Bagley with a season high of 20 points. He's tickling that mark now with 17. 82-63, 40 seconds on the clock. Eli Cave with Roberts. Cave to the basket, drops it in. That's the pressure you would like to have seen earlier in this second half.
Yeah, there was a point in about a 2 to 3 minute stretch that Minot just kind of relaxed a little bit, didn't have the type of pace and the urgency that they needed in this game, and the Huskies took advantage of that, and now looks like they're going to walk out with a win. Fans are coming up to their feet inside of Hollenbeck Hall, a standing ovation. They do have to get a shot off here. There is a difference between the shot and game clock of about 5 seconds. Donaldson will let it go. That'll be a turnover. But nonetheless, 5.2 on the clock. Minot State will have time for one more possession. But a great game nonetheless for St. Cloud State. As Eli Cave brings it up the floor, he'll go to the hoop, and that will be the end. At least they get a bucket here at the buzzer. 82-67, what a win for the Huskies. A big weekend, one they needed against a couple of northern North Dakota teams. Knocking off UMary yesterday, and now knocking off Minot State here today. Now improve their conference record to 3-2, and they're above 500 overall as well. Yeah, I was just about to say that. 6-5 now, 3-2 in the conference. Winning record now, big for the Huskies. I'm sure they will move up in the NSIC standings after this weekend.
Anthony Roberts leads the way with 20 points. Caleb Donaldson, 17. Matt Willard, 17. Ryan Bagley with 17 as well. It's been a fun game. Minot State had the lead going into the half, but St. Cloud State was just right there the whole way, and they were able to climb through here in this second half. For more on the game, we'll toss it down.
In a win. You are now on a 2-game win streak, and Caleb Donaldson and Anthony Roberts were unstoppable tonight. What did you think about their performance?
Well, they're our two best players, and they got to play like that. I'm a lot better coach when they play like they did tonight. I'm a really smart guy then, but I'm really proud of our defense. That was, again, a really good offensive team we played, and I thought defensively we were really good tonight.
So other than defense, what's something that impressed you with your team tonight?
Our offensive rebounding. We've been really struggling in that area. We had 9 in the first half. I don't know what we ended up with, but I thought we went to the offensive glass really well.
All right, well, congrats, Coach, and enjoy your win with the rest of the team.
Thanks. Merry Christmas.
Yep, thank you. All right, Sam, Adam, back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Michaela. Down there with head coach Matt Reimer. He's got to be pretty happy with 2 wins on the weekend.
Oh, no doubt, especially with this win tonight. Again, the defensive effort by the Huskies was absolutely outstanding. Had a little culture meeting on Monday, kind of reset some things, and it showed. 2-0 undefeated weekend here for the Huskies.
Well, Adam, let's take a look at our play of the game tonight, and it could have gone to numerous plays, but here it is up on your screen. It's going to be interesting what we all decided here on the bench. It's going to be Ryan Bagley coming down on the floor, and I think it's that big stretch. Tomasi with the block, and then Donaldson all the way on the other end with the jelly finish.
Yep, like you said, I wanted the gem, but he decided the jelly. It was a beautiful finish by Mr. Donaldson. Another great game for him. Great weekend overall for the Huskies.
And we had a couple of putbacks in the game as well as we take a look at our final stats. 82-67 win. Both teams pretty much even on the field goals, but one of the big numbers was the free throws, and that's not up on your screen, but 22 free throws for St. Cloud State. That's a big difference here.
That is a big difference, yeah, 100%. And again, like you talked about, field goals basically the same. 3-pointers, we had 4 more attempts, but overall, again, like we talked about early on, free throws were going to be the deciding factor in the game. Great momentum plays there by the Huskies at timely possessions, so great win for the Huskies overall again, and hopefully they can come back in the new year and do it all over again.
So they are now above 500 on the season. Big win, big sweep on the weekend. We encourage you to stick around here on the NSIC Network. Coming up in a couple of minutes, it's the women's team. They get their crack at the Beavers. We'll be back for that game as well, starting in about 17 minutes. Huskies basketball will come your way in a little bit on the NSIC Network. Thanks for joining us.